are back. It's Tuesday night.
Yes, it is Tuesday night. How are you, Per? How was the day?
I'm very hot, actually. It's been very hot outside this
No,
couple
but
of
now
days.
here it's been stormy and cold in Valuden, you know. Yes, and Frederick or Jack or whoever you are, how are you up there in
I'm fine. It's totally like, how do you say, like original weather. It's neither good, neither bad. It's just
like
It's like life itself.
just weather.
Yeah. So, but anyway, today in this studio here, I've had two of Sweden's absolutely greatest artists there is. Also internationally, they're fantastic. Mats Widlund and Tobias Karon, and they are here. They are going to say hello. They're going to go swim in the ocean. But here is Tobias, and here is Mats.
Nice tree.
Good to see you. Valuden is great. Fantastic.
Is the master treating you well?
Yes, of course.
Can I ask you how the temperature in the water? What is it?
They haven't really tried yet.
Later on.
Yeah, they're just about to go out and swim, and I promised them not to use them more than 30 seconds. That's in the contract of the European Gramophone. So they are now free to go do whatever they want.
It's because it's free to use them in 30 seconds. After that, you have to pay them, right?
Yes, exactly. Okay, so have a good time in the Baltic Sea, friends. So, yes, it's been a fantastic day. Tobias is a very old friend for a very long time, and Mats also. And for me, Tobias is the greatest flutist I've ever heard. And they're doing the Mozart violin sonatas on flute and piano. And it's been an absolutely terrific day.
For me also, Tobias, he's a colleague of mine at the university, but he's also the only flutist I've ever heard. So I like him a lot.
Yes. No, he's great. He's
wonderful.
So it's 21:02. So
Christian, sorry, but where were you last week?
Yes, we were up actually where both Tobias and Fredrik works at the Royal Academy, or what is it? What is it called? It's
called PTO School of Music at the University of Luleå.
Yeah, that's right. So it's one of the 3 or 4 or 5 really high level academies of music in Sweden. And it was Peter Festspel and Roland and I played a recital there. A recital that all those pieces will be released in July.
Yeah.
For European Gramophone.
That's fantastic news. But we received your trombone tip, so we could show the young trombonists all around the world the vibrato playing.
Yes, that was last week. So today I have thought about what to do, but I thought that one thing that many people asked me to talk about was the multiphonics. Multiphonics, to make chords on the trombone. How do you really do it? And of course, we know that we sing and play at the same time, and it's pretty easy to do sounds like this. You just use your voice at the same time as you play. But really, to make something sound like in tune and to use the pitch in a proper way, I'd like to explain a couple of things. First of all, there's 3 different multiphonics that definitely works the best. And that is the decima, which is, now I'll show you. playing the B flat, singing the D. Oh! So, how do you make it sound like ringing very well? You have to use an extremely loud voice. If you use too soft voice, this is what comes out. Nothing. So you really need to scream out that D. Ah! Almost like this. And that what comes out is you hear oh compared to big difference. Through the instrument you have to sing so loud. So the decimas are the best. And when you make it a clean decima, you also hear the fifth and the octave up. It's very exciting. If you play it out of tune, you hear nothing. But if you do it in tune, the whole thing rings like a chord of 4 notes. Very, very, very exciting. But really to learn it, you need to have total confidence with that note and a lot of pressure from the air, from the diaphragm, to make the voice sound this loud. And it's extremely difficult to keep it in tune. So that's the decima. Then you have the 2 other chords, which is the 6th and the 5th. These are the 2 other good multiphonics. And if you look at Volker Rabe's piece Basta, Volker Rabe was a great jazz trombone player and a fantastic composer. So he knew the trombone very well. He wrote the first piece that I've ever premiered in 1982, Basta. He used the decima in the beginning. That's the decima. And then he used the 5th and the 6th. Listen how he used it, how cleverly he used it. That's the 6th, the major 6th. And he moves it into a 5th. So listen to this. Oh, sorry, I lost it. That's how he used it. So like the C and the A. Going down with the voice and up with the trombone. You hear? And then you have and the next one. And the next one. So sliding from the 6th, major 6th to the 5th. Extremely effective and really possible to do. So that's one part of the multiphonics. So listen, also if composers are listening, use these 3 ones. If you use octaves, You can also do that, but it's not, doesn't have the same effect because it doesn't add the harmonics in the top. So that's not a very good idea. Then there's another kind of multiphonics. Very, very difficult to make, but Xenakis uses it in his piece Karen, where you actually play two notes at the same time. And how on earth do you do that? So you have those two notes, and you are playing right in the middle of them. There it is. And it makes a huge sound and a huge effect. What you have to do is to take away the pressure from the bottom lip and to put it on the top lip, and then you get it. But you have to practice so much to get those. Here you have that fourth. And it takes a lot to master those. Even for me, when I play those pieces, I have to practice months ahead of this. So that's the little small secrets about the multiphonics.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christian.
Enjoyed
Put
it.
your questions below in the field commentary.
Yeah.
But tell me, Maestro,
Yes.
we have this fantastic release tonight, of course.
Yes.
So, this guy, Kundran,
Yes.
you read a book by whom? Norman
By
Lebrecht.
Norman Lebrecht.
Mhm.
Norman Lebrecht is one of my heroes.
Mm.
He has written a couple of books about the music industry. He's about to write another book, but I've heard the rumors that there are 58 points that he might be sued on.
Oops.
So, but he's about to release it because he's telling the truth about the corruptness in the business. I read this book called Maestro Myths, and it's just amazing to see. This particular book inspired me to write this whole big epic trombone concerto of 67 minutes. And it's about an ambitious classical musician and how he tries to make a career in the 21st century.
And his name is Kundran, right? The
Yeah.
main character of this concerto.
Yeah, I was in Asia when I got this sort of idea into my head. I thought, my God, this is what I'm going to make. And I was talking a lot with Fredrik at that time because Fredrik knew me very well and he knew the situation I was in. And also, I was telling Fredrik about how I felt this corrupt world was affecting me as an artist. So I decided to invent this person, Kundran. The name originally comes from a Balinese dance called Kundran. And I just put 2 A's in it. And he is like the typical artist who wants to make a career.
He's quite, full of himself and arrogant in a sense, right?
Exactly, he's very arrogant. Do you have something to play here?
Well, I think we have some small excerpt here,
Yeah.
and actually, Fredrik is very much involved in this.
Fredrik is very much involved.
Yeah. So let me see if I can share some secret link here. Let's do like this. So here is My Name is Kundran.
Yeah.
See if you can hear anything.
My name is Kundran. I am full of volcanic treasures. Yeah, wonderful, great.
Wow,
We
wow.
found that. So actually, he's now presenting himself as the greatest artist on earth. He's on stage and he's saying, "I'm Kundran. I don't care about anyone else in the world, and I don't care about the people who don't understand classical music."
He's like a rock star, really.
He's
Like
really
a Noel
like
Gallagher or something. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. He's sort of presented that way.
But he's also sort of forced into this environment of, well, ass kissing and everything that he's from the beginning, he's prepared to do that, to gain success and to gain fame and everything. But that was soon to be changed.
Absolutely, absolutely true. I mean, he's watching how other people do, how they become successful in their career, and they see this arrogant style, sort of talking about, "I'm the genius, I'm the one who knows everything. The audience doesn't understand anything, but I'm going to give them a couple of little things so that they understand how great I am."
And then he gets poisoned. And some whiskey. What I think about all the sorts of whiskey in this piece?
Yes.
Can you tell us something about it?
Yeah. Actually, what happens is that this kind of arrogancy is continuing during the first part of this trilogy. So he's saying at the end, like, "Okay, you might not like me, but that's okay. I'm just here to entertain you for a little while." And then at the end he says, "It's time to say goodbye, and I will leave you without any hope, because I'm just like you, selfish and arrogant," he says. And then he goes away doing this big cadenza, making sort of all the tricks he knows. But suddenly the light goes off. And who is there? He says, "Ha ha, who turned the light off? I see Lucifer. But ha ha, he looks so tiny, with gray hair, and his teeth are so ugly, and he's kissing an ugly little rabbit."
We have to watch a small clip, a fantastic one, where you enter you, Kundran, of course, enters the whiskey bar of Lucifer, Lucifer's whiskey bar.
Yeah, but that's a little bit later. So let me talk you into where that comes.
Okay.
Because at this time, he is arrogant towards Lucifer, and he sees Lucifer is a loser, he thinks. But the problem with it is that the love of his life, the first love of his life, comes up and says, "Kundran, you are poisoned. You are also kissing an ugly little rabbit. You are the same as Lucifer."
Okay, let's watch that.
Yeah, you have that clip?
Of course.
Oh, great. "Kissing an ugly little rabbit. My God, his teeth are so ugly. But I a little girl sobbing. I hear her tiny little voice. Kundran, you also kissed the rabbit, and Lucifer poisoned your soul. Ay, 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 my heart is burning. Kundran, why did you hurt me so badly? No, I can't stand this. Kundran, you are poisoned. Help me. I will. I could die for you. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean the orchestra, the Lithuanian National Philharmonic are doing fantastic work here. Yeah, what happens is basically he understands. He can sort of take Lucifer, but he can't stand the fact that someone he left is still on his side. So he gets very emotional.
But what I like about this scene is that the angel is already there.
Exactly.
So the rescue or sort of the solution is there, but still not visible to Kundran. It takes a while, but I like the thing that the angel, Tessan Lemusari, she's a great opera singer nowadays, that she's behind Kundran and she appears very smoothly, and at this point Kundran doesn't really know how to reach out for that help.
No, exactly. And now, then that's the end of the first part. So he goes away with a question mark, but she says, I will die, I could die for you. So he's sort of, fine, I'll be fine then, great. And then starts the second part, where he asks himself, why did she care about Kundran? Why did she care about him? He was poisoned by Lucifer. He was already poisoned. But Kundran then walks with the help of the angel. He takes away on a bridge that no one ever walked on. It's like he was walking on this bridge, trying to find truth in life and trying to find happiness and everything that life is about. And he thinks it's beautiful. At the same time, he gets a little bit bored because he feels a little bit attracted to Lucifer. I don't know if you have a clip of that, Per.
No, I'm still, I want to know what happens in the whiskey bar. Could we please
the
show?
whiskey bar is coming is about to come now, is it?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I've been waiting all day.
So basically what he does, he decides, okay, this up here is very beautiful, it's nice, and I love the pureness of this, but still I'm so bored. So let's burn the bridge. And he falls down into Lucifer's whiskey bar.
Wow.
And there he is.
This is how it looks and sounds. Lucifer's whiskey bar.
Welcome, Kundran. You are in Lucifer's whiskey bar. I can offer you Lagavulin Balmenach Capardonch Cragalishin con Balmore Glenalachi or Potential or Homon Tulbardine Lochnagar Tamnavulin Kekla Lapro Bonahaba and Auchetogan and McGregor's whiskey too. I better get out of here quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, well, Frederick, the filmmaker of this, is great. We went to this distillery in north of Sweden, one of the best Swedish, and he had the whole idea about this. Tell us about how we did this.
Yeah, but what's the word for truck? you were standing on a lift, a motorized lift, and while you were memorizing all those whiskey brands, we set up the camera, we fixed it to this truck, and you were standing on the fork, well, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
You were standing there, and we were driving through these halls of whiskey barrels, of corridors of whiskey barrels. And I remember the smell in there. You were totally drunk when we got out of there.
Yeah.
But it was also cold. It took we spent many hours in there, and you did a lot of scenes. And I remember you were so cold, but in the end they actually offered us a sip or two from the barrels, which was
I
fun.
know. No,
It was great filming in there. And I should mention that it's called the High Coast Distillery now, and they are world leading in single malt whiskey.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. So there he was, and he got caught by Lucifer with the whiskey, and Lucifer put some liquid into the whiskey because Lucifer now represents, like in Norman Lebrecht's book, the evilness of the business, the impresarios. So Lucifer now becomes an impresario in this piece. And Lucifer poisons Kundran, puts a liquid in there, so he loses his ability to feel compassion. But he also loses his potency. And he's very afraid of that because he loves Ilse, but he says, don't worry about what is it? Don't worry about your sausage, Kundran.
Yeah.
Yes.
Money, that's all they care about. Power, that's all they care about. So Kundran makes him marry a woman who is just in it for the business. And together with Ursula, is her name now.
Oh, yes.
Ursula and Lucifer is making him the greatest conductor on earth without any feeling of compassion. So the more he humiliates the musicians, the more they worship him.
Exactly. And may we take a look at that moment?
Yes.
When he says that dreadful thing.
Yes.
Should be around here.
Thank God I lost my compassion. The more I humiliate the musicians or scream at the worker backstage, the more they worship me. Kundran is king. I told you, Kundran, you needed to get rid of your slimy kindness. So,
That's brilliant.
It just says you need to get rid of your slimy kindness. And the orchestra says, Kundran is king. They sing to him because he's the leader. He's the one who dares to be tough and hard.
You don't happen to have the picture of Ursula?
I don't think so. Maybe not.
Who was it? Was you who drew that?
Yeah, I did that.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I asked Christian to do a drawing of how does Ursula actually look, because I was trying to find like a footage that you can buy on the net. But when the drawing came, the drawing was so perfect, so we just used the drawing in the film.
And the this is the perfect person, perfect marriage to a famous conductor, the person who lifts him up and just stands in his background and makes sure to take care of bringing all the money from the conductor. And it's a typical scene in the classical world. It's feels very strange to say it and very sort of controversial, but anyone who has been in this classical music scene have seen it. So that's basically what happens. And Ursula and Lucifer, they continue to make him learn the repertoire, and they're going to earn money on him conducting. And finally, they bring him into New York to do the Rite of Spring. But Kundran says, I'm not ready for Rite of Spring. I can't conduct Rite of Spring. But Lucifer says, oh, don't worry about that. Just wave your arms and look diabolic. That's what he says. And then I think you have the clip. Do you have the clip?
No, actually,
Okay.
I should tell you, we have been blocked before, and I think it's about time that we stop playing our own music experts from our own recordings. But what I can tell you is that the album just dropped on Spotify and Apple. So I just posted the link in the fields below on this very live stream. So it's out.
Great. So that's the first part of Kundran. That means that 1, 2, and 3 is all 3 out. Next week we will bring them all together in one album, but you can basically listen to all 3 of them this week already.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is that Kundran, or Lucifer, brings him into New York and to conduct the Rite of Spring. It's a terrible performance, and Lucifer thinks that he has the whole press on his side, but he suddenly sees Messerschmitt, the critic that never took a bribe. And that's
where I'm coming in. I'm doing the cameo on that.
Exactly. and
I love that part.
Lucifer and Ursula realize that Messerschmitt is gonna completely slaughter Kundran for this bad performance of Rite of Spring, and at the end he's completely nothing. It's very sad ending of the second movement, but there's another angel coming up and say, I will take care of you, I will take care of you. And then it ends out very, very smoothly. And the third part starts with the 5 angels who are going to help him come back to real life.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah. And basically, there we come into the third part, which you discussed with the pastor last week, Beatrice Alm, who described what the angels are about for us human beings. And in this particular piece, they are, because Kundran has gone through this, he's completely without any self-confidence, from being this ambitious, completely arrogant, self-confident creature. He's now completely ruined by Lucifer and Ursula, this horrible lady and Lucifer, who was supposed to, the agent, who was supposed to back him up. But they found out that they cannot make any money of him because Messerschmitt slaughtered him. So now he's alone. But there the angel comes, and the angels will teach him how to become a human being in the third part. In the end, he has to go. They tell him, you have to go to the Arctic.
Ringvassöja.
Yeah, Ringvassöja, exactly. To Ringvassöja to find out and to meet the angel of light. Finally, they all lead him into the angel of light, which is a cover-up for Lucifer. And they fight, and Lucifer managed to cut Kundran managed to cut Lucifer's wings. He doesn't manage to kill him, and he gets beaten up also, Kundran. But then finally the angels tell him that you can't kill Lucifer because Lucifer is inside of you too. We are all evil. We're all part of this evil, terrible thing. And we just have to cut the wings of Lucifer so that we at least become decent human beings. And he says at the end, I might not be a decent human being, but I can at least look myself in the mirror. That's the last thing that Kundran says, and then it flies away. So that's the story of Kundran.
Wow. And now, folks, music lovers, you can also, as I said before, listen to the third part of Kundran. It's out, it's streaming on all digital platforms.
And Fredrik, next week we have the whole thing. And then after that, your phenomenal film will be released.
That would be fantastic. I'm looking forward to the Academy Awards and the Golden Globes that we're gonna get.
Yeah.
But no, it was amazing doing that film because the content and the very core of this concerti, it's so important, and it's so much more than just the life of professional musicians. It's about all life. It's about all humanity, how to deal with our nature being good and evil, and how do we handle that, and especially I think in these times when so much things are uncertain. I think this film and these well, I regard it as one concerto, but this film together with the concerto will actually have a say in this. This is something to regard. This is something to relate to. So I'm looking very much forward to release the film with the concerto.
It was a fantastic journey together with you, Fredrik, and your imagine. I remember we did the Brass Bone film, the sort of vision you had of that when we went down to Almeria. We brought like 30-40 people in there, and you paid for everyone, and then found the budget and everything. You were amazing, and this film also means a lot to me that you put all the effort into doing it.
I say, like, what's the guy that the Italian director and actor that won an Oscar for what's his name? He's very famous. His speech in the Oscars are very famous. He was standing on the chairs, and I can't remember his name, but he thanked his parents, saying that, "Thank you for giving me poverty." That's the greatest gift for a filmmaker.
Yeah, that was great. And
well, folks, it's 8 minutes overtime.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you so much for participating tonight, Fredrik, Christian, and Mats, and
the audience. Mats and Tobias, you mean?
I think he froze.
He froze. He's out.
But,
hello?
No, he's back. Okay, he's back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I just want to thank you all.
Yeah, to Mats and Tobias.
Mats and Tobias.
Continue tomorrow to record here in the European Gramophone studio. And
I'm not looking forward to that.
Oh no!
Anyway,
thank you.
Thanks
Take
for
care.
listening to us, and hope to see you soon again.
Stream safely. Bye.
Go in and like the European Gramophone site.
Yeah. Ciao. Arrivederci.